Today is a really bad day to ride. It has been raining cats and dogs since the past few hours now. My rear brakes are a bit less lubricated. The fog lamp is not working properly. But I've got a task to do. I have to finish shooting for a documentary today. Today is the only day that I have time, and currently I am heading in rain itself. I have covered my camera in a lot of plastic and have tried to make it waterproof. There's a lot of water also on the road. I am unable to judge where the ditches are or anything. Today I'm going to a temple called Lepakshi temple. Actually the temple is called the Veerabhadra temple. It's in a village called Lepakshi. It's about 150 kilometers from Bangalore. I'm going there for a college assignment. Oh damn. I have to shoot a documentary which I have to submit later in the week, and today is the only day that I'm getting time. I'm already heading late. I hope the rain favors me. It gets down a little bit. I don't know. Let's see.
I set out of home somewhere at around 4:30 in the morning. It was not even 5 minutes and water had seeped into my rain cheater and drenched me completely from top to bottom. I was so skeptical about the ride that a large part of me was begging me to return back home and sleep in my cozy bed. But I decided to brave the rains and keep moving forward irrespective of what.
My jeans got drenched. I have no clothes for the entire trip now. Slow. Oh shit. That's that's a lot of water. Please engine, stay dry. I don't want you to go off now. Oh. Go through.
Getting out of rain was a difficult task to achieve. My friends told me that the rain was restricted only to the city and the outskirts of the city was dry. But less did they know that it took me almost 2 hours to cross that 30 kilometers of wet and slippery roads and venture into the daylight. riding alone for an hour and a half on empty and free highways, I had to take a deviation into the countryside and glide through the unbound greenery towards Lepakshi. I was supposed to meet a few friends who were joining me on this trip. I met them and then our journey continued. The road towards Lepakshi was filled with lush greenery, which of course to me was enchanting. I took my time and scrolled myself across that road, enjoying every bit of it. 20 more minutes from the previous stop, and Lepakshi welcomed me with open wings. Have reached the Veerabhadra temple at Lepakshi. This temple was built somewhere in the 16th or 17th century, somewhere at that time by the kingdom, by the people of the kingdom of Vijayanagara Empire. Vijayanagara Empire was one of the largest empires of South India. So this temple here, it has a mythology and a history, actually a mix of both. So the first story, that is the mythological story of this place, is that this town is called Lepakshi, which in Telugu means rise bird. It actually derives its name from the mythology of Ramayana. Ramayana is one of the largest epic mythologies of India, and it is also associated with Hinduism. So this mythology is actually taken pretty seriously here. When the demon king Ravana had abducted Lord Rama's wife Sita, it was told that he took Sita to Lanka on a chariot, on a flying chariot. So while they were, while the abduction was taking place, when when Ravana was flying from Chitrakoot to Lanka, a bird, a mythological half man, half bird, a demigod kind of, a demigod called Jatayu, who was half bird and half human, tried to stop Ravana from abducting goddess Sita. At that time, what had happened was Ravana, to he cut off Jatayu's wings in rage, and it is said that Jatayu had fell here in this temple, and Jatayu was in pain when he was approached by Lord Rama, and it is said that Lord Rama blessed Jatayu with salvation, and he said, "Arise, bird," or in other words, attain salvation, bird, and that's the reason the name Lepakshi. The another story is that this temple was not built by the kings of Vijayanagara Empire but commissioned by them. So one of the treasurers of Vijayanagara Empire actually took the initiative of building this temple, and it is said that he had performed a few scams here and there while building the temple in order to get money to treat his blind son, and the enraged people of the kingdom thought that this was wrong, and they alleged against the treasurer, and in rage the treasurer got frustrated because he claimed he had done nothing, and in rage the frustrated treasurer, what he did, he plucked his own eyes off and he threw at the doors of this temple. It is said that the bloodstains of his eyes are still here at the door of the temple, and that is called as Lepakshi. It means the blood of eyes, and that's the reason the name Lepakshi comes to this place. So these are the two fables, or we can tell as folk tales of this place. We do not know how true or how false they are, so they are just folk tales. The locals believe them, and it gives this place an abundant importance. So let's just go through the temple. What caught my attention in the temple was the massive monolith Shiva linga that was carved in the temple. The folktale says that this was carved by 7 brothers in just one day while waiting for their mother who was cooking dinner for them. The ceiling of the temple is covered with 16th century mural paintings which depict the stories of Ramayana. In total, the temple has more than 80 pillars, and each pillar is a narration of Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu's tales. Another interesting part of this temple is its hanging pillar. This pillar doesn't touch the ground. It is said that when a group of British engineers tried to displace it, all the other beams of the temple shook. In fear that the temple might collapse, they did not experiment with it any further. After exploring the temple, there was one more thing that I wanted to do.
My friends have left me. They've headed back to Bangalore. One of them, she had gotten some insect bite on the eye, so they had to head to the hospital fast. I'm left alone, and my shoes are wet, so I have nothing on my feet as well. But the challenge of the day is to climb there. I obviously cannot capture my trek up to there because the camera won't be sturdy. I'll reach there and I'll get online again. Okay? Bye-bye.
While I was about to climb, I met a bunch of kids who took interest in what I was doing. So they decided to show me way to the top of those rocks. Along with an exquisite view, the top of the rocks also had a tale to tell.
The locals believe that these are the footprints of goddess Sita, and in that memory they have built a small temple here.
After my day was done, I sat there for some time enjoying the serenity of that place before I decided to head back home.
So this was Lepakshi and Veerabhadra temple here, just 160 kilometers from Bangalore. It's a perfect one-day getaway. The temple is marvelous. Vijayanagara Empire, what else do you expect? I left home at around 4:30 in the morning. It's 4:30 in the evening now. Almost the sun is on the verge to go down. It will start descending sometime soon. It's cloudy, so it might rain while I'm on the way home. It was a wonderful day, a nice experience. The temple was marvelous. There were some amazing stories that were associated to the temple. My camera is about to die, but still I'll keep it on for the road. Let's see how long will it take me. So bye-bye.
My day had begun with the doubt that whether should I be riding today or head back to sleep, and it ended with thoughts and experiences that were contemplative, enchanting, enigmatic and refreshing. Old architectures and temples have a different charm and lots of stories. I sometimes feel happy that I am a seeker of those mysteries. Water, stone, land and sky. I still strongly believe that if they could speak, then the earth would have been a better place to live in.
कैसी तेरी खुद गर्जी ना धूप चुने ना छाऊं, कैसे तेरे खुद गर्जे किसी ठोर टिके ना पाऊं।
बन लिया अपना पैगंबर, तर लिया तू सात समंदर, फिर भी सूखा मन के अंदर क्यों रह गया रे कबीरा। मान जा रे फकीरा, मान जा आजा तुझको पुकारे तेरी परछाइयाँ रे कबीरा। मान जा रे फकीरा, मान जा ऐसा तू है निर्मोही कैसा हर जाइया रे कबीरा रे फकीरा रे फकीरा रे कबीरा रे कबीरा रे कबीरा रे कबीरा। संग तेरे है सवेरा रे फकीरा रे फकीरा, संग तेरे है सवेरा रे कबीरा रे कबीरा रे कबीरा रे कबीरा रे फकीरा रे फकीरा।